Hey YouTube, Volkswagen Dave here, and today we're making a video on my scooter. It definitely needs a bit of a clean, but I haven't been able to do it because of the winter, obviously. We had a warm spell, like back in March or something. Then it got cold again, so we never put the water line on and wasn't able to wash it, so, you know. So anyways, I'm going to get it out of here, and then we'll do a little show. So, here's my electric scooter. It is an SSR brand. Run. There's not really any proper name for it. It's a 48 volt electric scooter. Has a 500 watt motor with a 25 amp motor controller. Top speed of 32 kilometers an hour. And the acceleration to that top speed takes about 13 seconds, which is slow. But that was its stock rating. I've done some modifications. It is now a 60 volt scooter with a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour. The motor controller now runs at 29 amps, so it can now hit 32k in about 9 seconds and 40 in about 13 seconds. Or no, I think that's a little off. You can look it up online in the description below. I do have a link to the EV Album website with a page just on this scooter. I've also modified the speedometer so it reads properly, because originally this thing would just like redline, even though that was obviously not the case. So now this is about as accurate as the GPS once you pass about 10 kilometers an hour. It's got a cup holder, analog speedometer, and fuel gauge technically. Left, right signals. It's got your regular headlights and taillights, signals, front and back. And this bike is actually 7 years old. It was manufactured in 2009. There's a motorcycle VIN number under here, so you can actually register it. But it's 7 years old. There's barely any rust, but it is kind of gunky. I do need to clean it. I need to turn the water line on soon, so I can do that. I had kept the chain greased up. This thing is extremely easy to work on, might I add. And it has the original remote and keys, because it has an alarm system. That's to drive it in there and here. This locks the rear wheel as well, and that's just for the shed. So that's pretty cool. Your signal, horn, lights. Well, that's your flash. These are your parking lights and main lights. And it has cruise control. If you press that and let go of the throttle, it'll keep going at the speed you set it. And if you hit the brakes or throttle or that thing, it'll stop. So, very convenient. Well, let's take a look in the trunk. I have a seat cover for when it rains, helmet cover, emergency kit. I got Tylenol, a little first aid kit, and a screwdriver set. I got an extension cord in there and the pedals for legality reasons. And of course in here I have the extra battery, which gives the 60 volts, hardwired to this thing I made up. And this is the charger. It's a 60 volt charger, so I don't have to separately charge this battery. This charger will charge all 5 12 volt batteries. And of course under here is where the batteries are stored, inside of that battery pack there. And it's locked, so people can't steal it. So that's pretty sweet. So when you lock the steering column, you can lock the steering column. Just push in like that. You can't move the steering column. You're going to set an alarm on it, and you can chain the frame of the bike to a post, and chances are they won't take anything. So, pretty good deal, I think. Anyway, so this is a great little scooter. Get me back and forth to school. And I love the thing. It's a bit slow, yeah, but 40k, that's pretty good. This is just a quick video. If you want to know more about this bike, you can look it up on the description below. EVAlbum.com. There's a link to the page for this bike. Now, let's get to the price range of it. I bought this used for $650. For $650, I got a helmet with it, 2 sets of batteries, packs, So the battery pack that's in there is a newer one. The older battery pack I sold for return. I also sold it with the old e-bike. So it came with 2 battery packs, an extra charger, and a helmet, and a mint scooter for $650. Like, there's no rust on this thing for a 7-year-old Chinese thing. There's like, it's only just starting, like in corners like here and that. I'm pissed because I lost the little thing here, so you know water can get in. But besides that, it's basically a mint bike. I haven't had any trouble with it. I call it lucky because my old scooter was a piece of shit. Mind you, my old scooter, I think I only paid $350 for it or something. But yeah, so after selling my old scooter, the final price of this was only like $300 to $400 for a fully working scooter. That's including all the modifications I did to it. There's still a few things I got to do. I'm going to add an LED strip on the bottom here. I got a green one so that it lights up green at night at the bottom. I've done that before on my old bike if you look at my older videos on this channel. And I'm adding a voltmeter here because this battery gauge is useless at 60 volts. This is designed for 48 volts. So what's going to happen is at 60 volts it's going to be redlined all the time. So that will fix that problem. So I'll have a real battery gauge again. But anyways, I think that's about it on the scooter. If you're interested in it, I can do more videos later. I do have a GoPro. And I sometimes wear it when I go to school, so just for liability reasons. But that's it for this video, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Almost forgot to show you the helmet. This is the helmet I was talking about that came with the bike. It's pretty nice, and it's actually the correct size for my head. Fits perfectly. There it is there. It's an HJC. Already have reflectors on it. Interesting. An IS-16, and it fits fucking awesome. That was the one I wore before. I paid $50 for that. It was one size too large though, but that's okay. Notice the GoPro mounts on both of them. I thought that was hilarious. But anyways, I got all these different gloves depending on the time of year and whatever, so just shit I have around. Leather gloves. Wear your leathers. And this is a jacket I wear when I go out too. So yeah, considering the fact that it came with 8 12-volt batteries, so 2 sets of batteries for the bike plus a helmet. One set of batteries would go 20 kilometers on a single charge. The other set would go about, well, they were basically brand new, 50 to 60, but they only went 45 because one of the batteries were dead. You can look at the description below again. It'll explain it on the EV album site, but for $650, it's pretty good. Plus, I sold the one set of batteries as a used pair with my old e-bike to get some money back. I mean, the bike costs less than $400 at the end of it, so friggin' awesome. Anyways, again, Volkswagen Dave, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.